All right, now let's talk a little bit more about your foundation. Tell me more about it. What do you want people to know about your foundation?
Oh, Clare Cares Foundation is is my I don't know what the word, what word to use. Is my baby. It's you see, you hear Clare Cares Foundation. It's me. It's who I am. I love to help effortlessly, no matter how little it is. I mean, in university days, I was in a university that had the pilgrimage, so they had a place where they housed certain people who could not afford, things, and they were taking care of them. I would go and share food to the kids, to the mothers, share clothes with my friends. It started like that. And then after school, I would go to the orphanage homes to celebrate my birthday. And then I included Christmas after a while. And then I started to tell friends, "Oh, I'm going to the orphanage home. If you have stuff to give, And then I realized over time, like, I look forward to helping people, not just the orphanage. I want to know what is wrong. I want to know what happened to her. Why is she not working? I want to know, okay, so she got raped. So has anything been done? So I just realized that I could do even more with, bringing it out there. So when I used to do the orphanage home with just few friends, I just tell friends, and then they come through in a very good number, and I tell myself, okay, so if this is done officially, I could reach out to even more people. So let's assume I used to reach out to one orphanage home a year. If I have people come through, if I have organizations, assist us or help us or provide or support or sponsor us, it means we can even do more than one orphanage. There are a lot of people suffering out there. If you go to orphanage homes that are just starting, I know some questions would be, why are they starting orphanage homes if they don't have money to? But these are people who have a genuine heart to help people. They want to pick babies and share with the little they have so that these babies can stay alive. Because these babies that are being thrown on the streets are babies who would wake up one day, who will grow up to be presidents, who will grow up to be big people, people who will create change in our society. So I made it official in 2018 when I registered the organization with CAC. And then we started off, I started off with a friend. We did, initially it was supposed to be feed 100, and in less than 2 weeks we got more money to feed 450. We got to the venue with the food and drinks and all of that. We had to buy more snacks and all because we had a community come, and it was so much fun. And then I told myself, okay, so let's do this. Let's work with Zero Hunger. Let's do back to school projects. Let's work with girls. Let's work with boys. No gender, or because it's a boy, I'm not going to help salvage any situation. Let's pay jam forms for people, And then a lot of people who have worked with me through the years in my broadcasting period, they understand my love for children, understand that this is coming from a very genuine place, and this is who I am. And then Clare Cares Foundation started in on the 27th of May. On Saturday, or rather on Friday, we're going to be 4 years. 4 years of consistent work, 4 years of consistent service. We've been able to extend to Ogun State. We've been able to extend to Enugu. We've been able to do projects in Delta, Abuja, and then Owerri. So, I mean, it's one step at a time, one step at a time. And we're grateful for how far we have come. And each year we try to pick an orphanage home that we'll work with for the whole year, provide certain things they need: food, clothes, water, and be there for them. There are regular projects we do with them. Children's Day we celebrate with them. Valentine's Day we celebrate with them. Christmas we celebrate with them. Back to school project. Apart from picking a school in a certain community, we still go to the orphanage home we work with that year and supply educational materials for them.
Thank you for your kind heart. In a practical sense, how do you carry out this operation? Is it like you have the children that are living in your facility, or you go to some facility and you render help to them? I don't understand how it work in a more practical sense. Can you say anything in that, whether you have children in your facility or things like that?
Okay, so we're working towards having a house or a home. Yeah, I think it's better called a home. A home where we house these children. But in the time being, we work with communities. So we have project coordinators and state coordinators that we send out. So each year, at the end of each year, we have a calendar that we work with. So we know, okay, in February, blah 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 date, we are supposed to do a pep talk. in either a school or a community. So these project coordinators will go to communities and look for a community that befits what we want. We're not trying to help people who already have, we're trying to help people who need help. You understand? So they go out to look for these places, and then at the end of the day, we have a meeting with the board, and then we sit and say, okay, let's strike this, let's strike this, let's work with this particular community and create this change in their community for this period. Then for the orphanage, like I said, we work with one orphanage a year. So it means that we are entitled to providing materials that they need. It could be water, drinking water. It could be fixing their pumping machine. It could be buying them gas for cooking. It could be buying them fuel for their generator to pump the water. It could be to provide clothes. Randomly people tell me, oh, I have some clothes I want to send to the children, and then I go to and give it to them. And I also have to do follow up on the children. Okay, who took malaria medicine last? Who did this, who hasn't taken this, who hasn't taken this, and then we work on that, and then we do it because we are entitled to take care of them for 1 year. But while we work towards, we're not in a hurry to create a home because we need to be sure of what we want in the home. Do we need young girls who are pregnant and were thrown on the street, or do we need young children who have nowhere to stay and are just hawking, or so we need to be very sure. You just don't create a home. These things are things you need to also work alongside with God. You need to just not plan on your own, but also have that in prayer with him, have an agreement with him, understand what he wants you to do and his direction, so that you would not just start and then in the next 6 months you're tired because you can't continue, because that isn't what you're supposed to do.
Thank you for that, Claire. Now, I wanted to know some of these children that are out there on the street that don't need help. How did they get there? How did some of them get there that maybe they don't have parents or they don't have guardian and somebody need to take care of them?
Okay, so for a few babies, like the ones who are really, little, the day old, 2 days, those are the ones they abandoned in the gutter. Or sometimes you wake up in front of the orphanage home, you see that they dropped some children there. Now, most of them are there because they were probably born with some form of, deformity. And then, of course, their parents may not want to have anything to do with them and just drop them there. Then some of the children you see wandering or having no place to stay. It's either most of them came from the village to stay with their aunts or their uncles who abandoned them or who don't care about them. And these children are tired of what they go through there, and then decide to just, what, let's take our lives anyhow it comes, and then they just wander anywhere they see, they sleep, anything they eat, anything they see to eat, they just survive as the day passes, So this is how it's a crazy thing when you work in the field, because you see a lot of things and you're wondering how this 5-year-old is able to survive each day, sometimes not eating the whole day, sometimes eating just once a day because he begged or picked up something to eat. It is crazy. But then we're here to serve.
That is heartbroken. It's not really supposed to be like that. Everybody was supposed to take care of everybody.
Yeah.
But like this fall apart had said, at a point we sort of get disconnected and we are pursuing what is done us and we are getting confused. But anyway, thanks to people like you that have this good heart and who are looking around, not looking out there for help, but you are looking inward and looking around you for what you can do and giving a helping hand to the people. I really want to thank you for that effort. That is a
Thank
good
you.
one.
Thank
All
you.
right. Now, we have touched different things today. This one I really be very touching. I really be very important. No? Use this moment to appeal to people, maybe how they can reach you, what they can do to support what you are doing. We are actually in a concluding part of it. Go ahead.
Okay, so I would love you to support, to sponsor in any way, in any capacity you can. I'm personally on Facebook, Clare Ezeakacha, Ezeakacha, Claire without the Clare. I'm also on Instagram. I'm very active on Instagram at Clare Bells, Clarebellz. Then for the foundation, we're on Instagram at Clare Cares Foundation. You can also get us on LinkedIn, Clare Cares Foundation, or my personal page, Clare Ezeakacha. We're also on Facebook, same name, Clare Cares Foundation. So these are the ways you can reach out to us. Then you can also go to our website, www.clarecaresfoundation.com. So we'll be hoping to hear from you to support a child at least.
Thank you so much, Claire. Thank you so much for what you're doing. All right, now, what will be your last statement here? Because we have touched different things, and I want to repeat again the last part related to your foundation, what you are doing is particularly important. So, to the people out there, whether related to Nollywood, like we have said, or related to your organization, what would you like to say to conclude it? Please go ahead.
Show a little kindness. I mean, we don't know the last day we'll say goodbye. Just show a little kindness. Be nice to people. It doesn't cost a thing. And don't wait to have the millions, before you can help. So even with that 5 naira notes, 10 naira notes, 20 naira notes, you can help save a child. It might just be a sachet of water he or she needs to drink at the moment. It might just be a hug he or she needs at the moment. So just try, show some little kindness. And for parents, I would always say, your presence is needed more than the presents you give the children. So they need you more than the gifts you give them. That's it.
Thank you so much, dear. These are really be very interesting conversation.
Thank you.